What's up? This is Shamika with UpscaleLaceWigs.com. Make sure you like and subscribe on this video. Today is Alopecia Awareness Month, and the whole month of September is Alopecia Awareness. So I just want to talk about a little bit of candid experiences that I personally have when it comes to alopecia. So instead of doing videos about how to do this and how to do that and what this is and what this is, let's just be personal for one moment, just talk. So I was sitting here thinking to myself, how do you disclose to your husband, your partner, your significant other, your boyfriend, fiance, girlfriend, whatever it is that you got going on at home? Like, how do you tell them? Do you tell them? Do you not tell them? Do you keep it to yourself? How do you hide it? And at every moment, like if y'all go on vacations, or if it's like lifting, or like, what do you do? So, I can only remember the last situation. Because the situation of where I am now, the relationship that I had, I'm going to talk about that. But I can go back a few relationships. So I've only had a few relationships that were long terms, right? So I'm trying to think of all the situations where I had to deal with hair loss that I had to tell the person I'm with. So let's go back to the first one that I remember, right? The first one I remember probably was my ex-fiance. I don't remember ever telling him. I remember disclosing that at that moment in my life, it was just starting. It wasn't nowhere near where it is now. Now I'm at the point where I can't even hide it. Like, I can't do no comb over. It's completely different, right? So at that moment when I was dealing with that, it was just like real small, real sparse, like maybe about this big of my whole head, right here. If I could still do a comb over, I had went natural. So when your hair is curly and kinky, it looks a little bit different. So it wasn't that big of a deal. I got a little bit emotional a couple of times, but nothing where really I don't remember it ever being a really like a full conversation piece, even though I was in the hair business. Yeah, so I don't really remember anything. I remember one time it was like a special moment where I had got emotional about it because I'm trying to do something. I think I might have been trying to do a frontal or something in my hair, and I'm sewing it in, and I'm trying to work with that area that, has a hair loss, and I remember him just kissing it. I was like, oh, that was so sweet. Like, I felt really special, and I felt really, really loved because it was a moment of vulnerability for me as a woman where a man saw something, and that's what he just chose to kiss my little bald hair spot. I thought that was a really nice gesture. Let's go back. Okay, let's go fast forward. That was probably, 10, 12 years ago, right? Last situation I was in, situationship, whatever. Let's say relationship, whatever you want to call it. How did I disclose it then? At this point, it's a lot worse. It's not something you can do a comb over, and like, I didn't live with the person, but, we were, dealing with each other. And I remember, how did it come out? So it was my birthday weekend. So I was going out, have fun, come home, hanging out with him. And just having fun. And a lot of fun. And he pulls it, like, and hey, wait a minute. He was like, what? I was like, oh, you can't do that. And like, because at that moment, I had the hairstyle where it was like, I had a hairpiece. The hairpiece was like all the way up here. And all this part is my natural hair out. So no one can really tell that it was a hairpiece. Like, it looked that natural and that good because my rest of my hair is blended in with it, right? So it's not a lace front wig. It's not a closure wig. It's not a full lace wig, frontal, nothing. It was just a customized unit that blended in with the rest of my hair. So most men will probably they would never have known that that was a hairpiece. I'm gonna see if I can put a picture of the type of unit that I had. So, we having some extra fun. And one thing got to another, and he pulls it like extra hard. Like, hey. So by the time we calmed down and everything, he's like, what? Why was you acting like crazy? Why was you tripping? I was like, well, this isn't exactly mine, and you was pulling it kind of hard. He was like, what? I was like, yeah, it's not. It's glued down and taped down with some adhesive. He was like looking at me like, what? I'm like, yeah. He was like, I could never could tell. I was like, yeah. I was like, that's how they supposed to be, right? So we go back and forth. You know, we laugh about it now, you know, because it was so in that moment that I didn't want that would be the moment to tell you, but kind of had no choice in the matter. So that's when I told him. And then going forward, you know, I didn't really talk about it because it's not something that's emotional for me to talk about it with other people. I don't have a problem with talking about it to other people at all, really. I don't mind. I'm not ashamed of it. It just gets me annoyed sometimes when I want to be free. I just want to be out, like have my own hair out and just be not wear anything. Like ultimately, I've never had that sort of comfortability of wearing wigs and weaves. I never was one of those people who wanted to wear wigs and weaves as a younger person. So going forward, you know, after, you know, you're with somebody and, you know, they're like, well, he kept saying, you know, Shamika, well, why can't you show me? Why can't you show me? I was like, I'm not going to show you. And he kept asking me, he kept persisting that I show him. And 5 years later, I never showed him, right? Why? I don't think I'll ever show a man, ever. I don't care how close we are or what sort of relationship we are at and what point we could be like almost married or married and happily married for the next 10, 15 years. I don't feel as though I will ever show a man my situation. Now, what would I do when I lived with a man? I probably just wouldn't show him. I've had clients that they said, my husband don't even know. I have clients that they know, but they never seen it, you know. And then I have other people that said that they rock out with the whole body just sitting there chilling. I personally don't think I would. Now, I probably would show it if it was complete hair loss. Like, if it was like a complete bald is beautiful moment, I would probably rock it out. But a bald patch and then hair, bald patch and then hair, I'm not going to show you that. What? No, I'm not going to show you that. Why would I show you that? Number one, I feel like... Number one, and my only reason why, because that's the only reason why I feel like men are very visual. I feel like they're all visual. I don't care if you're the most religious man that, you know, believes, you know, whatever they believe in regards to like everything in regards to a woman and the Bible, or to the most ghettoest man that's like wanting the biggest butt that they ever seen. I always feel as though when a man sees a woman, and most of the time, when you hear a man that say that they saw their wife or they saw somebody they in love with or deal with, there'll always be something physical. She had the most beautiful smile. She had the most beautiful eyes. Oh my gosh, she walked in and her legs was like this and she had this on. Oh, you saw that booty? Oh, you saw, it's always something visual. It's never anything, oh, she just had the most warm sense of humor. No. It's always something physical. Always. And I have not yet to hear a man say something that was not physical when they were first initially attracted to a woman. Not to say that we're going to go into this deep philosophy of man and woman relationships on what a man loves and what a man's woman doesn't love. And when they get past the physical, how does it work? First of all, I don't know because I'm single. Second of all, I still feel as though at the end of the day, I never want to get that comfortable with a man where I feel as though I can look a hot ass mess and that it will be okay. My mother always told me, Shamika, keep yourself together. You know, when you're in a relationship, you know, the weight, don't be getting all too comfortable and getting all extra heavy and not taking care of yourself. When you're in a relationship, my mother always said that, which I agree though. Like you shouldn't, like you should always, actually you should just take care of yourself for yourself. Right? But let's just be honest. Sometimes we lose ourselves, not even just as a woman, you know, because you're with somebody, but also physically. Like, you really should take care of yourself. Like, be consistent with your weight, be consistent with, you know, your hygiene, be consistent with, you know, your skin and your teeth and things like that. But ultimately, I feel like men are very visual. And I'll be damned if I won't let somebody see me around here looking crazy with some bald patches in my head. And I would never want to show it to anyone. So you can tell me what your thoughts are and how you feel about it. But that's my answer at this point in my life, this age in my life of dealing with alopecia. I would probably say I was diagnosed officially with alopecia probably about 07 or 06. So I've been dealing with it for a good 14, what would it make sense? I was like 25, 26. Yeah, so look, 13 years. So, long enough to know better. Long enough to go through some situations and have a child and have some relationships where I felt as though what I might have done 13 years ago is not something I'll do now. And that's probably something I won't do in the future. I highly, highly doubt I'll ever show a man what my alopecia looks like. Like I said, if I was completely bald and I'll put some nice little makeup on, nice little lip gloss, put some little ear cuffs on because I don't have no ears pierced, then yeah, I probably would rock a baldy. I'll probably rock a baldy out on the street. I think some people look some women look really beautiful with a baldy, like really stunning. I don't even know what type of shape head that I got that I would be able to do it. But ultimately, not with no bald patches going around in your head. That ain't gonna work for me. But let me know what your thoughts are. I still feel as though I'm adequate and still enough. It's just that I just don't want to share that with my significant other because I want him to stay attracted to me. Even if that means I gotta wear a wig while I'm around him. Now, what would I do if I lived with somebody and I was to get married? I'd probably wear a scarf. What's your thoughts? What do you think? Make sure you like and subscribe to this video. And until next time, if there's any other topics you want to talk about, send me a message. So until next time, enjoy your day.